All right, there we go. Hey, Dave Marks. So it looks like we have three people in here so far. Let's see, maybe four actually. Let's see, Dave's here. Hey, playing Mirror Wind till I fall asleep.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Same
Woody.
Batgoat, same Batgoat time, same Batgoat channel. Okay. Did you see Derek Chauvin gave condolences to the scum that have sought only to destroy his life? Question mark. Well, you know something? Question mark. Tonight we're not gonna. Tonight is not the night to talk about too much serious stuff.
I didn't watch any of that today. I knew what was going on today, but you know what? Instead, I called my son and talked to him. That was nice. He got
Yeah.
back. He got married 2 weeks ago, so he just got back from the honeymoon, and everything's doing great. He's back to work, so they're good.
And I also didn't watch it. I was focused on other things as well. You know.
It's
Tonight.
depressing.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. It's tonight, as has been with every Friday night for the last several months. Friday, meme war day. I don't know about that, but dancing Joker. um, what we've been doing over the last few months. Of course, we've been looking back at comics history. We've been going through and looking back at how comics have kind of evolved over time. We've been going through comics, reading some stories here and there, kind of show you how they were written and give some other historical context to them on the times they were written. So that's what Fridays have been all about. The fun of just looking back at some classic comics, classic features. I plan on going through as much of it as possible. Of course, we're still back in the 1930s, so we're going to be on this for a while. Now, whether or not I'll stop at 2011, 2016, or what have you, again, probably won't know until I get there. But I hope everybody's been having fun with it. Learning this stuff, and just watching as comics have grown over time. And
I'm learning. I'm learning as we go. That's good.
Yeah, and catching a lot of the different aspects of, I mean, we look at a lot of things. We look at how they were written. We look at the art. We look at word usage. We do some compare and contrast in terms of societal issues, how they might have handled certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So even Batgoat started in. I was talking about one of the things I was talking with Batgoat about before the stream tonight was one of the things I liked that he's been doing of late is doing the math in terms of comparing prices from that time period to now. I think that's fascinating as well.
I have my calculator open, sir, and I'm ready to convert figures tonight.
Yeah. Let's see. J Mark, I hope there are more Cowboys eventually. I like Cowboys. They just pistol whip foot. Yeah, we'll probably. Well, okay. I'll tell you something, Dale. I'll give you a little spoiler here. Cowboys are not the only ones who pistol whip people. In the weeks to come, we will see a case where, kind of a more of a, kind of a private detective, as it were, gets pistol whipped a little bit.
I make fun of the clock, but he knows how to put a fool down. He's no stranger to the butt end of a pistol on the back of a head.
Yeah. That's kind of who I was alluding to, but of course I didn't necessarily want to full on spoil it, Batgoat.
Sorry.
No problem. Hey, that's cool. I mean,
Dave's in early on the Lulz trophy hunt. I don't have the trophy down here, and I don't have my pictures open. Well, I guess I could open that later, but
Batgoat uses an abacus. Well, Troy's here, and that's kind of a surprise. He's usually here pretty early most of the time.
I write in the dust, and I don't even know how to do math. I can add. That's about it.
Yeah, so
I used to carry a calculator as a paramedic. Like I always just once I got used to having my phone on me all the time, the calculator was always up.
Yeah. So let's see. So yeah, we're just past the 5-minute mark. We got 4 people in here.
Where's Toys? I got a couple announcements. I want him to hear them.
Oh, yeah, in regard to the Lowell's trophy, too.
Yeah, just a couple little updates. I'll wait a few minutes here.
All right, well, let me check something. Check something here. Let's see. No, he's not on Facebook, apparently. So
I'm sure he'll pop in.
hopefully he'll pop in soon.
I bet he will.
Do you want to wait to do your announcements, or did you want to do them now?
Oh, yeah, I could rehash it again real quick when he gets in here. But for next week, I know Woody and Dave are listening, and their buddy question mark. Well, he probably doesn't care about this, but I do have pics of. I've got a couple pics of the wedding from 2 weeks ago. I just forgot to put them on my Google Drive today, so I'll have those next week. As far as the trophy stuff, I'm working on a new trophy, and I got some ideas today when I was in the hobby shop. So speaking of the hobby shop, I've got like new stuff like stamps and stuff for festoonery. So when Toy shows up, he should be aware that his swatch, his championship swatch, is on the way.
Okay, so let's see.
I'm going to do a sticker project, or not a sticker, a stamp. I've got stamp stuff, so I'm going to play with stamps tonight for someone.
So Dave just responded to you there. Batgoat looks like.
He said, "Oh, hey, nice." I think he's talking about all the trinket stuff I bought. He was showing up.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. L'chaim.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
Oh, also, you mugs.
Go ahead.
I spent $20 on you today. This is a professionally salon done. That's not a braid. It's just called a band. So I spent money on you guys today.
Oh, that sounds cool. All right. So we're just, let's see. All right, so I'll go ahead and let everybody know what's on tap for tonight, of course. So tonight we're going to be finishing up. Oh wait, before I do that, Batgoat, was there anything else you wanted to say or add or anything like that?
I think I'm good. It looks like the Lulz Trophy competition is on, and Dave's off to an early lead. So have at it.
All right. Okay. All right. So tonight we're going to be looking at the publishing company United Features Syndicate. They at this time in November 1937, they were only publishing one monthly title, which was Tip Top Comics. We're going to be looking at issue 20. I'm going to be reading some selections from that. A lot of it slice of life / humor. We'll be looking at, of course, word usage. We'll pick up maybe some of the societal issues. Maybe up on some of the societal issues of the day. If there's any like conversion to be done, I'm sure, as Batgoat has mentioned, he'll be ready and willing to do that.
I'm here for you.
I'm sure we'll have quite a number of different commentary stuff from him, from his vast knowledge of
nothing. I'm kidding. I shall do my best.
All right, so and I have been trying to make more of an effort to just make sure it gets started by the 10-minute mark or around the 10-minute mark. So probably start a little early here then. So we go ahead and share the screen. All right, just give me a sec here because I think I gotta.
Oh, hey, where'd you go?
I'm trying to fix the glare.
Okay, no problem. I was looking down and I went, "Oh, there's the chair." Be like,
yeah, I was just trying to see if I can fix the glare here because it was bounced off my shirt. So
I wanted the chat to start yelling at the chair and saying like, "Hey, chair!"
As you can tell, mine's not that much better than an old buddy of ours.
What's his name?
The Shoe Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Batgoat.
I keep trying to say Ron.
Look who just dropped in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
No,
hey,
Shane Holmberg.
Toys. Good to see you there.
Good evening, folks. Share Coon. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But
real quick, Toys. I went to the hobby store today, or the crafting store. So your championship swatch will be ready next week.
Okay.
Shane.
All right.
Thank you, Woody. Shane.
Sunny Southern.
The shoe.
Yeah. Don't be Shane. Yeah. Yeah, Shane. Well, I even said that, Shane. Yeah.
I didn't hear you, Mike, and I totally zoned out on his name.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, we haven't really heard from the guy. Not that we're like going out of our way to hear from the guy or anything like that.
He was talking like a lot of smack, and then one time he went on Twitter and it said like he copied his license, and even though it's like self-doxing and doxing isn't a crime, and it's like so weird, he said like, "Here's my address, come talk to me." And Nick was like, that's a threat, dude. You are literally threatening people. And that tweet went down. And he's like, I remember him not saying much after that. Am I right or wrong on that, Woody? Do you know what I'm talking about? Woody follows the stuff like I do.
Well, I don't see how telling somebody to come talk to me would be considered a threat. But unless Nick was joking and saying,
he wasn't joking. And it didn't say like come talk to me. It was threatening language. It was bad.
Oh, okay. What was it? Something like, yeah, and I dare you to come to my house to do something
like that. Like, here, why don't we talk about how dumb I am, or something related to a comment or something? I mean, it was generalized, but he was saying like, "Come here, tough guy," or something. So,
I'm thinking of 3D printing the back.
No, you can't. Well, go for it.
Yeah. So, anyways,
we'll have the 3D printed one, and then my craft store one. I've got a new idea though.
Now that we've spent a few wasted moments talking about Shoe Man.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's kind of my fault for leading us into that. But anyways, let's get to the feature presentation, as it were. All right. So the first thing we're going to look at here real quick before I actually get into reading the comment, and I'm going to read these notes about this particular comic here so that everybody kind of understands some of the circumstances here. Okay, so the notes, according to this and of course, the publisher was United Features. The cover date was December 1937, but it went on sale in November of 1937 from Tip Top Comics, issue number 20. So this is what the notes say here. Scanned from a coverless issue, also missing the outer wrap, so no IFC, IDC, or BC. That stuff I don't even know what that all means, but I'm sure Tug would if he was here. And missing, or RJ, and missing the first 2 pages of Captain and the Kids, Hawkshaw. The last story was Abner. So since it's not allowed anyway, there's no other missing pages. Of course, Tarzan is removed too. A Freddy Fly original. Okay, so basically, just the main point I wanted to get at there with talking about that was the Tarzan and Little Abner stories were removed. Probably due more to copyright, like maybe the people who own those. So here's the cover. It's a Christmas issue. Let's see. Down to 125 until we actually get to the actual stories. So of course, now what you guys have to remember is that the on sale date is usually a month or two prior to the cover date. So if it goes out, let's say in November, in this case, the cover date is December of 37. So this is a Christmas issue. So you got the Captain and the Kids there in the wreath, and then among some of the other characters featured on the left there, of course, Tarzan, Ella Cinders, Little Abner. Look at that, a staring. Now get that. Now that was probably considered entertaining back in 1937. Look, you see that Batgoat?
Yeah, I think that's some mistletoe hanging there.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I was thinking more of the staring contest with the pig.
No, I think someone's looking to get kissed. Am I right there? Is that mistletoe? Yeah, because those are wreaths that they're wrapped around. It's a holiday. See, that's a wreath. So that's definitely mistletoe.
I knew that because I was the one who said that.
Okay, yeah.
I think that is a mistletoe. One of the kids is
the Cats and Jammer kids are doing that as a joke. Make her kiss a pig.
Cover date December, of course. Number 20 field.
Which one is the bigger pig? I think that's the joke.
Well, look at her facial expression too. She's like she's looking right into the eyes of the pig, and then also kind of cross-eyed looking at the mistletoe. I think she just realized, oh God, I gotta kiss a pig.
Yep.
Oh, there's something pretty funny there. So anyway, so let's get into this then. Let's see.
Kiss the pig. Kiss it. That's what Dave said.
Okay. Wonder why this isn't. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So yeah. So all right. So here's the captain and the kids piece right here, and of course that's a little small. So let's see if by. All right, so here we go. Here's Captain and the Kids, and this is actually one of the ones I think you actually liked before. You've commented on before Batgoat, right?
Looks like one of the ones that you've read before. Kid. It looks like the Cats and Jammer Kids, but this looks like a knockoff of them.
The Captain and the Kids.
I think it's a knockoff of Cats and Jammers.
P. Dirks, I believe.
Yeah. We'll see if it's funny. Go for it.
Grrr. While Mama is canoeing, mit der Queen, she der Captain don't go out on account he got der gout. Yupski.
It's a weird accent they have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like German and Polish?
Maybe, yeah. That's what
I think they're mixing the two. Yeah.
Could have hitch up their goat, Mama? Sure, but no rough stuff.
Yeah, they're like German kids, so it'd be like, could we hitch up their goat, Mama? Okay. V-E meaning V like we, because they don't pronounce W's.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. Thank you for letting me know that.
I couldn't understand it at first either, though.
Yeah. No rough stuff, huh? Taxi to their poker club, absolutely. Hop in, big boy. Under Model E's, look him in their eye, but never twine your back to a goat. I give you my word. I never read this particular feature before. It's kind of like I'm getting much obliged for their words of wisdom, Cap.
There you go. You're getting it.
Oh. Look him in the eye. Sure. Dod gast, you hide dot der gout. Now, being a medical guy, just for those, in case nobody knows what it is, Batgoat, can you explain to everybody what gout is for those who may
Gout
not?
is a condition where, gosh, I forget exactly how it happens or why it happens, but it involves painful inflammation on the joints and usually on the feet. When people have gout, if their feet are really sore and they put them up and they're all kind of swollen. So if that goat ran over his foot, ouch.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, I think Benjamin Franklin actually had gout at one point in his life. I think I thought I read that somewhere, but anyways, did he said gout or goat? Ow! He melts or fails. Someone dies for this if I live. Blah blah. Listen, Mama. I could explain. Der paddle, Your Majesty. He's gonna give him a spanking, maybe.
I think so. I think that's what the paddle's going to be used for. I can explain. Ooh, I want that bike.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the older folks would love that bike, but I don't know about the kids of today.
Yeah, but they're just dumb kids today. Anyone Gen X, it looks like a Pee-wee, Pee-wee's Big Adventure style Schwinn cool cruiser bike.
Okay, so as I said, because they're more episodic, of course, I was just checking to see if there's any more from the previous page, and there wasn't. So we'll probably continue on. Let's see, get the. So here's a steam engine free.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Check Woody's last comment because he did a much better job of explaining gout than I did.
Okay, let's see what he has to say here. Okay. Uric acid crystals form in the joints. I have mild gout, which I control with allopurinol.
Allopurinol.
Allopurinol. Okay, thank you, Batgoat. I can sound out the words the best, but even I'd have trouble sometimes with some of those.
I don't remember what that medication is for, but I haven't been in advanced life support ambulance for 6 years, so I've forgotten a lot of stuff.
Is it one of those cases where maybe you've forgotten more than what a lot of the kids are learning today, or something like that?
Could be, but I wouldn't want to say that.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. But no, you have to being a paramedic is like being a cop or a nurse or anything where there's always continuing education. You always have to be learning, always have to be studying, and always have to be taking tests. So the second you're out of it, it takes you a year to get back in. Literally, it's one of those weird things. So
yeah,
it's something.
So Woody was just explaining here: a full-blown gout attack is extremely painful.
Yeah, I do know that, and like I said, I thought the foot flare-ups seemed to be bad. That's what sticks out in my mind.
Yeah. So, anyways, so as we continue on here, then, so steam engine free with 24 thrilling issues. Now only $1. Price advances to $1.05 on January 1st.
Are you kidding me? Is that a real steam engine?
Maybe.
The absolute cupcake wimp, nothing little kids today would not allow that. It's just.
Oh, you mean the SJWs wouldn't allow that? Why would you say they wouldn't allow it?
Well, it seems kind of dangerous to me, but at the same time, it's something that only boys would play with and start to understand. And like, I'm gonna be a boiler man when I grow up, or something like that. And I don't swing like both ways on it. Something like a boiler technician, whether it's military or civilian, it's 98% male. Women don't want to do that, and they don't do it. So like, just something like that. But yeah, I mean, some kid's going to burn himself on that too. So that's why
Well, remember too, and we've talked about this before. They often talk about how the comics were made for kids, yet there seemed to be what we would today classify as more quote unquote adult material in these comics of this time period. But then again, what you also have to understand too, the kids were growing up a lot faster back then too.
And we're
having to work and
we're looking at it through our 21st century eyes, where the absolute wimps of today are offended by everything, and everything's so safety oriented, and just there's no more good toys, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Jim Hardy. Jim Hardy. Let's see. I think this one might be a bit more of a serial. Let me just see here.
It looks boring. Looks like a soap opera.
Yeah, Hometown Kids. Let's see. As a Christmas gift, send Tip Top Comics. But here's another, I guess. One subscription for $1, two subscriptions for $1.75, three. So I guess this is a big bargain offer. So, right, how it began soap. Freddie and Fritz. We can take a quick peek at this one. Let's see what they say here about like how it began with soap.
This one's going to take you a while.
Freddie and Fritz. You think?
Go for it. It just looks involved with all the side writing and stuff.
Primitive man used sand to help his bath in a stream. Or sand was used as soap. Let's see.
I thought they used to roll around in dirt to get clean.
You would think so, yeah. But, well, maybe this is just another variation on that. Then he discovered that wood ashes mixed with sand made a better cleansing agent, although he did not know that this was caused by the potash released from ashes when mixed with water. Now, I've never heard or seen that word.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it means. You want me
unless maybe I mispronounced. Oh, it could be potash.
Potash. No, I think it's potash, and I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Let me run that. Potash includes various mined and manufactured salts that contain potassium in water-soluble form.
Okay.
Name derives from pot ash, plant ashes, or wood ash soaked in a water pot. So, you know what that means? It's like an early emulsifiant. Like it gets under the dirt when it mixed with water to like carry the dirt away.
Okay. So it's more like a scraping agent. It almost sounds like.
It does, but it doesn't hurt your skin. Like it kind of gets underneath the dirt. Like that's how like degreasers work and stuff. You know, like
right.
Don
It gets underneath it and then just kind of like
carries it away with water. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
When one day he used ashes moistened by water from a cook pot, which had boiled over, mixed with grease from cooking meats, he had discovered soap.
Yeah, very cool.
That sounds a little bit like degreaser to me.
Yeah, that would be the degreaser. So the first one would be more of the emulsifiant, like you said, like scraping it off type of thing, but it obviously doesn't hurt your skin.
Yeah. Until the late 1700s, soap was made by boiling fats and wood ash, lye. Lye, I think I know, is some kind of material. I just don't know what kind of material it is, but together, and was too expensive for any but the rich. Yeah, could you imagine? Like, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people in the 1700s with their white wigs there, like particularly over in France and England.
Yes.
There's probably a lot of them who were using that type of soap that they're talking about right there.
You know, from some of the videos I've seen, cleanliness isn't. I mean, it's almost like 20th century. People just did not understand that being dirty made you sick. Even through the 19th century, in England, it was very common that they weren't drinking water just because the pollution was so bad. You'd get yellow fever or cholera. So it was healthier to drink beer all day long. They really weren't clean. You would think that, but like even like the kings and stuff, I saw this too. Like they would bathe like once a month. So it must have just been like all their clothes were really clean, but they weren't. I don't know.
Oh, look at the guys right there pushing the barrels of soap ashes right there. See that back out?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first soap makers in America came to Jamestown in 1608. And by 1621, the colony was exporting soap ashes to England at 8 shillings a hundredweight. So I guess for every 100 whatever weight measure there was, they'd get 8 shillings for. So if you got 1,000 whatever weight it was, that would be 80 shillings they got then.
I bet you that was righteous coin for the day.
Yep. The first large soap factory began in 1622 when King James the First granted a monopoly to manufacture 3,000 tons of soap a year for a license tax of $100,000 annually. So, do you want to do the conversion on that, Batgoat?
We can't because it goes back like it's going back too far.
Okay.
That
might be interesting though, because I
looked into that. I looked into that in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, how would I convert pounds, and how far back can I go? And I think it was like 1751. It was about as far back as you can go on pounds. So,
okay. Soap was thought a luxury and taxed until Leblanc and Chevreul, two French chemists, found a cheap method of obtaining the alkalis from seawater. During the 19th century, which would have been the 1800s, I believe, harsh, evil-smelling soaps. Evil-smelling. That's an interesting way of calling something.
Well, I bet you they're comparing it to like, do you know what lava?
Evil-smelling. What does evil smell like? You want to try to take a crack at defining that one, Batgoat? What does evil smell like?
Ashes and stuff. Dirt. I don't know. Ashes.
Maybe
Lye.
Fire and brimstone, I guess.
Well, better not smell like sulfur. If your soap smells like sulfur, you're in trouble. That's not what I think.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Rapidly gave way to the refined and perfumed soaps we use today. Of course, they're talking about 1930s, but of course, we still have perfumed soaps here in the 21st century. Even probably
it's all perfumed now. Yes.
Okay, so and then here's Freddie and Fritz right here. Let's see who these two guys are. And they look like little bears too here.
Gravy. Toys and Dave are going at it. I've got a 1-point game here right now. They're killing me.
See that? I'll pin it on Fritz's back and then. Oh, look at what he's got in his hand right there, Batgoat.
Which one? Who? I was looking down. Who?
Freddy and Fritz right there. Look
Oh,
at
yeah.
that first panel.
Yeah. That's the old joke. The
Yeah.
old reliable. Kick me.
Yeah. Now, I wonder where that little shrimp went.
Boom.
Hey, what's a big idea? Maybe you don't read signs, but I do. That was funny. And I think that was probably the guy he was thinking a sticking that sign on too. That's what I'm getting out of that. That's what I'm theorizing there.
That soap one was interesting. Very cool.
Yeah. And here's another ad page for your pew pews.
Pew pews.
And you got a lot of interesting items there too on these ad pages.
Are those the lighters? Looks like a real revolver. That's a fake one. 6-shot. That's probably the little spud gun.
Field glasses, pocket telescopes, wireless transmitters,
crystal radio, 25 cents.
Magic midget kit, experimental kit. Throw your voice. Look at all this stuff.
The military rings.
Roll Monica.
Electric telephone. Ooh.
Joy buzzer.
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu. Look at that. Even in the 30s. They're teaching you how to kick butt. Jiu-jitsu. Hiya.
I'm trying to find where that is, but
right above the joy buzzer.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it now.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Let's see now. 5-in-1 zipper bill full. Shows another ad page here with
those Daisy air guns,
some rings, big hunting knife, Japanese water expanding stuff. Now, yeah, I see them. But look at this. So in comics for kids, look at this. They're advertising BB guns. They're advertising hunting knives. Can you imagine what some of the little twidiots would be doing right now if they saw this?
Be learning how to start a new peaceful protest. But these comic books are the reason why we had young boys turn into men that helped save the world from Nazis and
from
World War II.
Probably one of the most evil men in all of
history. Correct. And that's what it was. The American boys that grew up saving up their pennies for
like the Daisy Pump Gun and the Buck Jones special. And
I want the Buck Jones special.
And you had a Buck Jones special?
I want one. I bet you it's worth a lot of money.
Well, according to this, back in 1937, it was $3. If I'm reading this right, it looked like it said it was $3.65,
right?
Yeah. Buzz Barton, Daisy 500 shot. Look at this. Daisy single shot. So, some interesting stuff there.
$3.65. That kid's going to be saving up for a while because that's roughly $68 in today's money.
$68?
Yeah. That's a month. That's a couple months of allowances, don't you think?
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Excuse me.
All right there.
I'm okay. Dave said something funny. It made me laugh. I choked him on myself.
All right. So here's Ella Cinders by Bill Councilman and Charlie Plum. So let's see what this one's all about. No, sir. You don't get me to go down after them pearls. These waters are infested with sharks. Why there isn't a shark anywhere around these waters? It's it's no use. They all refuse to put on a diving suit. Oh wait. I thought that okay. Oh. Maybe that was him. I thought because the way it looked, I thought maybe the two were connected, and the little tagline was. All right, I'll try that again. Okay, it's no use. They all refuse to put on a diving suit. Say, I've got an idea. Lower the shore boat. I'm going to try out my plan. I thought the two were both for her, but I think the one over the guy was actually for him. So the girl there is Ella Cinders. So, Bori, I understand you can swim underwater for over 2 minutes. Is that correct? Yes. Remember what I told you to do, or what I told you to do now. I'll help wrap these banana leaves around you. Yeah, they're not really extending the tail out of these dialogue bubbles, word bubbles.
Oh yeah.
Think your plan will work? Just you wait. They'll all be wanting to put on a diving suit. You know what? You know what I'm thinking. This is back in the 30s, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think the general perception of women by men was back then?
As far as
doing something like diving underwater and going into dangerous situations?
oh yeah, of course it was frowned upon. I mean, there was a lot things were different then as far as attitudes, socially.
Well, there was a lot of chauvinism back then too.
Sure.
Like,
So
the idea here is what I'm thinking is these guys are going to have their egos wounded if they're watching this girl do something they're too scared to do.
okay. Yeah, good point.
That's where I think it's going. Oh,
Yeah.
but you get a little choppy. Let me see. It's okay. All right. So, anyways, hey, you fellas, mermaid off the starboard bow. No fooling. I told you we'd settle it by drawing lots, and Bill G wins. But on the diving suit, Bill G, and good luck. Or put on the diving suit, Bill G, and good luck. I guess they were able to somehow get him to put on the diving suit. Oh, actually, I see. I see what they did. They got him to put on the diving suit because they thought they saw a mermaid, a beautiful woman. Okay. A little different than what I initially thought they were trying to pull, but
I'm sorry, Mike. I was talking to my roommate there for a minute, so I was just muted and not listening.
okay. Well, look at this scene right here. It's kind of not what I was initially thinking it was. I was thinking maybe they were going to feel jiffed because a woman was doing something they were too afraid to do. But actually, what got them into the diving suit in the water is trying to make eyes with a mermaid there.
And Dave called that. Dave called that before you went to that panel. Yeah.
Oh, he did he? Okay.
He said she's going to be a mermaid, and then they'll go after her. Good call, Dave.
Yep. He said not so much. Dave, she only needs one good eye. Okay, I guess his comment on it was probably before, much higher up in the chat there.
Yeah.
Ayo. Hey, RJ's in here, so I see that. Let's see. My son asked me how I met his mother. I was like there she was. And then let's see now. She's got. Oh, this is where he said it. She's gonna be a mermaid, and then they'll go after her. Yeah. And he called it, and that's exactly what happened. With you while I'm driving. Okay, cool. Thanks, RJ. I hope you enjoy what we're here.
Drive safe.
Yeah. Thanks, Critical Blast. Anyways, let me just take a quick peek. We got quite a few. Okay, so let's continue on with the story here then. Did you see the treasure down there, Bilgy? I sure did, ma'am. But danged if I could get her to sit on my lap. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. You know what that would probably get him today, right?
Yeah.
At the very least, a slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
At worst, he'd be Me Too'd faster than you can say Mississippi.
Twitter would cancel him. He'd never be allowed to dive again.
Oh boy. Okay, and I guess that's the end of that feature right there. So, and then that panel, and then we got Chris Krusty here.
Hello, 80. 80's here.
80's here. Hello, 80. Welcome to the stream. We're looking at Tip Top Comics number 20 from November of 1937. I am a volcano diver. Hi to everyone. Yeah, I'm sure you would bewitch quite a man as a mermaid, my dear. Hi, 80. Anyways, so let's see what this Chris Krusty is all about here. Why don't you have a strawberry sundae? Plain? Why don't you look where you're poking your umbrella? Whoa. Ooh. I guess a guy may have got poked in the eye there.
Yeah. The last frame there, he hit him with it.
Plain? It doesn't look like you really intended to poke him.
He didn't mean to. It just hit him.
Oh, okay. I kind of went out of order, I think.
No, you didn't. No, it's still going that way, but like,
I think I was supposed to go down because, like, what you'll have a strawberry sundae, plain, and then you see how the guy is coming up on the umbrella there, and then this panel shows the guy actually walking right into the umbrella, plain. Nuts. And you see how the guy's reacting right there? How the guy just got poked is reacting? I think I was supposed to go up, down, up, down. Why don't you look where you're poking that umbrella? Next time, don't get so tough about it.
Actually, Mike, it goes left to right. You just like misperceiving it. He said plain, and then he hit him, and he went back, and he said, why don't you look where he pointed that umbrella? And so he didn't answer the soda jerk who asked him again right here. So he's asking him again, plain, and then you go down. He asks him plain, go to the right, and then he answers nuts to the soda jerk, meaning I want nuts on my sundae. But back then, saying nuts meant screw you. Like the famous quote in World War II when the German general said, said, I want you to surrender. What's your answer? And that one general at the Battle of the Bulge said, nuts.
Oh, yeah,
and so everyone was going,
I know
nuts.
what you're talking about, 'cause I think I've heard a variation of that where I think I have heard once or twice before where someone might say the saying "nuts to you, buddy" or something like that, right?
Nuts to you meant a lot more like go screw
Go
off.
bleep yourself. Go bleep
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's how I think he took it. And so he just decked him.
Okay, so maybe initially I was right in
Yeah.
going right.
Yeah.
So
It was just hard to pick that up.
it was. So anyway, so we'll shrink the font back down to a little bit more manageable there. I go from 125 magnification to 300 for reading. And again, as I said, we're only going to do like the first.
Faux pas.
And that's a text story. We don't read the text stories because those really would take a while to read.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Frankie Doodle. Let's see Frankie Doodle. See what this one's about here.
Well, it sounds like Yankee Doodle, so it's got something to do.
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the set. And yes, I know I may not have all the words right, but that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, Frankie Doodle by Ben Batsford. Let's get into this one then. Now listen, Simon. That brat Frankie Doodle needs harsh treatment. I'm okay. I should start that over again because I couldn't tell if that the one in the blue there was a man or a woman, quite honestly. But the way the guys is finding it, I guess it's a woman, probably an older woman. So let me try that again. Now listen, Simon. That brat Frankie Doodle needs harsh treatment. Yes, ma'am. He's a bad one. I've put him to work peeling taters for Susie. That's fine. And you know what to do if he doesn't peel them thin. Peeling potatoes was very much used as a punishment back then.
I'm guessing this is like
in the military too, right?
Yeah, but he's a kid, so this is like an orphanage, I think, or a boarding school or something.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. Yes, ma'am. Leave that to me. Let's see. Uh-oh. Yeah. I didn't realize this.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to skip this. Sorry about that.
Okay, cool. That's good call.
I didn't realize. All right. Anyways, give me a quick second because my room's starting to get dim here, so I gotta make some lighting changes here. So I'll be right back.
Okay. Toys is cranking it up. Toys hit the nitrous button. Just to Dave. He's machine getting him out now. Whoa. Oh, excuse me. So one last thing I didn't cover earlier was that I had been disc golfing all week. I went out and I went out the week before and went up to the fields and threw my discs, just practice like driving again because I didn't go last summer. So did all right. And then I went golfing to this one place that everyone said, you'll love this. This place is really cool. And it's way too wooded and way too real of a course. And there's real thin fairways, like alleyways that are just surrounded by trees. I had no business being there. after 3 holes, I had to go searching for 2 different drivers, and I lost the third one on hole 3. So I was like, I'm out of here. I mean, it's not that expensive, but they're like $15 a driver. So it's no fun. So I went back to my wide open Shakopee. It's a disc golf course right in the middle of a park, and it's big and open, and you don't lose discs out there. You just have to watch out for, people in the park. Frisbees like to hurt me. Yeah, Frisbee, and especially these like discs. When I'm throwing for disc golf, they're heavy and they're thin, and you can throw them really, really hard and really far when you get good. So you don't want to try to catch them or stop them.
All right. Well, anyway, so we'll move on to the next feature. Then sorry about that.
Cool.
I don't.
No problem.
I don't necessarily I don't always pre-read these before I decide to read them. So sometimes they'll surprise me a little bit. Let's see, Bucky and his pals. Let's see, and Mr. and Mrs. Beans. This one looks like it might be a cute one to read. Got some more anthropomorphic characters involved here. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this one then.
I thought golf was Scottish, but I don't know.
Golf. The golf that everybody knows of, that Tiger Woods is known for, Jack Nicklaus and all that.
Real golf, yeah.
Yeah, that was originally, I believe that was originally from Scotland, I believe.
That's what I thought. Dave said he thought it was Irish artillery, which it could be. I don't know. I haven't looked that up.
All right. So, anyways, Bucky and his pals. Let's see. So the sign says, "Beware the fierce dog. Enter at your own risk." So that's what the sign says.
Scottish artillery. All right. Yeah, that's what the sign said.
Yep. And then look at that! The 2 dogs. Look at the 2 dogs staring each other down.
The dog on the left looks exactly like Petey from Little Rascals, with the black thing around his eye.
Which would have been apropos because if I believe correctly, weren't the Little Rascal films? Well, actually, no, they were a little earlier than this. Actually, now that I think about it,
early 30s. They had sound, so early to mid 30s.
Yeah, and this is 37 going into 38. So
yeah, both the dogs have that must have been a common character, or I don't know.
Characteristic back then.
I don't know.
So it doesn't seem like there's much in terms of dialogue here, at least. Look at that. Now he's like, got the 2. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sorry, madam. You couldn't have joined the party earlier. Or you couldn't have joined the party earlier, but if you'll back out,
pick out.
If you'll pick out your dog, me and mine will be running along.
Because he can't tell which is which anymore.
Yeah. Well, you would think though that the one that belongs to her would have probably went right into her arms or something like that. You would think.
I think it's just funny. It says "Beware a vicious dog," and then it looks exactly like his, and then they become buddies.
Mr. and Mrs. Beans. Okay, so let's see now. Oh, boys, come over to our house and see the new puppy. He's the cutest thing. We're all crazy about him. What girls see in very young puppies has always been a mystery to me, Oscar. You smarties needn't come if you don't want to. Where is his infant prodigy? We might be able to assist in his education. I don't know where the darling went to. He was right here a moment ago. I see he was. I see he was. Looked like a promising pupil buster. Pupil buster. It isn't going to be hard to follow him. I just look at this. We can't teach him much. Why, the pup's a genius. Morons! The goldfish! The horrors, the goldfish! Is he leaving a trail, Buster? I sure am going to love this bird. Uh, we're pikers compared to him. I believe that's pikers, right?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
You have any idea what the term pikers was meaning back then?
I really don't. I'm guessing it means like rookies or chumps or something.
Probably, if you get the context clues there, probably what it is.
Yeah. They think this pup destroying all the stuff is aces.
I hear a racket upstairs. Let's go up. A lad who can do a job like this will be worth seeing.
Yeah, they're fans of his work.
And will you look at that, at the size of him? Is he good? Is he good? A Great Dane couldn't have done better. Look at the female dog right there. She's looking like she's she's horrified.
She's horrified. She's horrified. The dudes think it's great.
He probably doesn't think he's so cute now.
Well, I'm sure the mom here doesn't think he's all that great either.
Oh, Jack, come here. That awful Buster pup of the Browns has got in some way, and the house is a wreck. Never mind the house, Dora, so long as they haven't injured our blessed little Scotchman. Oh boy. My guess is it was a Scotchman that actually did the damage. Hey, Batgoat?
I thought it was the dog, but
yeah. Well, the Scotchman, I guess the Scotchman, like Scottish Terrier or something like
that. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
All right, so Benny by J. Carver. All right, so let's look at this page then. Like that. There's probably not a lot of dialogue at 477 there. So maybe this guy is a cleaner.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Cleaning service. And this must have been considered kind of revolutionary for this time, because this looks like a guy who's doing it. And if I understand correctly, I don't know if a lot of guys are actually doing like house cleaning work like this, or at least in terms of,
Traditional roles, sure.
because the title of the feature is Benny, so that's where we're getting the assumption that it's the guy here.
Yeah, it looks like a guy.
Oh, here's some dialogue. This is the wrong room. I said 478. so he dumps all.
What a goofball. That's funny.
That's kind of funny.
Hello, Leto.
Leto's here. Hey, Leto. Hopefully you'll enjoy the material here. Hey, Mike, Batgoat Toys, Dave, Woody, Critical and 80. How are y'all? All right. I know you'll be driving as well, so you drive safe. My kids call me Pussy Farmer. Okay. Jesus.
Jeepers.
Leto, hello. Huh?
Jeepers. That's what I translate it. Yeah.
Hi, Leto. Just having fun here tonight. Hey, guys. Point for 80. Thank you, Mike. All right. Anyway, so as we continue on with, and then there's another little feature here called, I guess, it looks like Opportunity Knox. Is that? Yeah. But look, they're spelling it Knox. I wonder what that's. Maybe that's
like
Fort
Fort
Knox. Name or
Knox.
something like
Yeah.
Yeah, or it could be the guy's name.
I'm gonna
like James Knox Polk, the former president.
And Fort Knox is obviously named after a person with the last name of Knox. I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab a quick drink.
All right. Sign says football today. U of F versus SOS College, I guess. It's running up the stairs. Putting on his football uniform, runs back. Continued in Tip Top Comics to be published Thursday. Yeah, that's number 21. December 9th, 1937. Tickets. See where we're at on time here. Well, we're just past the hour mark, so it looks like we're making some good time here, so that's good. Got through quite a bit of the material thus far. Yeah, so what I just said, I was just checking the time there. We're just past the hour mark. It looks like we're making some good time in terms of getting to the material and stuff like that. Can you hear me back? Oh.
I do. Yeah, I heard you. I just was muted. I got to mute again.
Let's see. Cool 80. Sorry, can't participate in chat. Yep, have to drive to work. We'll be listening.
It's all a bunch of IOU notes. That's funny, Leto.
I keep Fort Knox. Doesn't have any gold anymore. I do wonder. Laugh out loud. It sounds IOU notes. It's a bunch of IOU notes. Okay. He snuck in. Let's see. He snuck into football by being football man. Hey, Leto Janet. Okay, make it a good show, guys. As always, we try.
Drive safe,
do our best. Yep. Okay, Leto. I just enjoy being here with you guys, even though I don't know what you're talking about.
We
Well,
appreciate
we're
having
just
you
going.
here.
Yes, we do. We're just going through some comics and just looking back. Like this comic went on sale in November of 1937, 80. So when kids were picking up this comic from newsstands, this is what they were reading and enjoying. You know, so putting into the historical context of being towards the latter end of the Great Depression years and all that, and as Batgoat has reminded me, as things are starting to look up at this point. Um, uh,
And my completely subjective and not backed up by any kind of science or fact that comics like these is what made our boys in World War II the fighting men they were and why we won the war.
Uh-huh.
A
Well, we
little
were talking
stretch.
about that earlier with the gun ads earlier too.
Yeah. And the steam engine. I want that steam engine. That was so dope.
Yeah, but I doubt very seriously they make that steam engine anymore.
I don't think so. No.
I mean, that's let's see, we're 2021 now. That was 1937. That's like 84 years ago. I doubt very seriously that that particular steam engine is even still around.
Boilers are still used in commercial use a lot, so there's still need for boiler people, but it's not like it used to be.
Right. Well, we're at least halfway of the 53 pages here. We're up to 26, so we're at least halfway through the comic. Of course, here are some more ads. Midwest motorized tuning. Oh boy.
Auto Magic picture gun? Yeah, right.
Oh, could you imagine the gun control freaks freaking out about that thing?
I'm just saying, like, they're showing a picture of like this kid, hey, turn off the lights and point it at the wall. I bet you it doesn't work anywhere close to what they're claiming.
Learn to draw cartoons here. Learn to draw cartoons here. Learn to draw cartoons here. Oh! You see what they did with Benny right there? Look, here's Benny walking along, and he's kind of the kid we were just saying who was cleaning the wrong apartment. Learn to draw cartoons here. The Clink School Incorporated. It looked like digging in his pocket for something. Look at that. Apparently, I guess he thought that was a
draw right there. It was an order. Draw here. Learn to draw here.
Little Mary Mix-Up. Let's take a look at this one.
Right, Dave. Good point.
What did he say?
He tacked on to what I was saying about steam pipes and steam power and boilers and stuff still being used in many buildings in this country. And he said at Paris Island they have steam. So
here's Little Mary Mix-Up by R.M. Brinkerhoff. Let's see what this is saying here. Little girl, can you tell me where Mr. Carter lives? You wouldn't be seeing that today. You wouldn't be seeing an adult asking a child for directions like that because today
it's not a good idea.
Yeah. Sure, Oh wait. This is a little girl, so I gotta. Sure, I'm going right over that way now. Oh boy. Hop in, you can show me the place. Thanks.
It was innocent back then.
Yeah. You probably back then you didn't think that somebody would try to like take off with you and do something with you.
No.
The day of innocence, huh?
Stranger danger. That's what
Yeah.
Dave said.
Which, again, just goes to show you just how, shows you just how even today, these, granted, maybe you wouldn't do some of this stuff today, but seeing stuff like this would be a nice counter to what you're seeing now, in terms of how we interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mister, would you mind stopping at Aunt Emma's? She wants to lend us her wash boiler. Certainly. Thanks. Now, will you please stop at the store? Mom wants some groceries. Well, all right. I wonder where this could be going here. And I guess we have to stop and pick up Gloomy Gertie. She was coming over to our house. Indeed.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear, mister. We have to go back to my house. I forgot my nightie and toothbrush. I knew I'd forget him. I had a cousin once. Too bad, Gertie. What next? Don't hurry, Gertie. This nice man doesn't mind waiting.
You sure about that?
The naivety here is cute. The naivety here is very cute.
Very true.
And look at that alliteration, that top line right there. Don't hurry, Gertie. Don't hurry, Gertie. Get that alliteration. Oh my, no. The naivete right there is cute. Now, this is where I live. You can drop us off here. But I took you in to show me where Mr. Carter lives. Mr. Carter? I thought you said Mr. Carlin. I don't know where Mr. Carter lives. Oh my gosh. Hence the name of the feature here, Little Mary Mix-Up. It's kind of funny. Little Mary Mix-Up, that kind of title reminds me of the Animaniacs cartoon. Little Lady Katie goes kaboom. Goodbye, mister. Thanks. Goodbye. Can you tell me where Mr. Carter lives?
Good luck.
I know that there were addresses back in these days, so you would think that maybe he would have asked for, like, can you tell me where this well, I know it was also back in the day, and a lot of people knew, kind of like Cheers. It's like, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there you go, Little Mary Mix-Up. Now you understand why she's known as Little Mary Mix-Up.
I think she's also maybe she's just taking advantage of that nice guy too.
Yeah.
To get a ride.
But then doing it willingly, or is she just kind of on the little, Duncy side, as it were?
Well, because she said, I'm going over there now to Mr. Carter's, but then at the very end, he dropped them off at her place. I think she might have been doing shenanigans.
Could be. Without any further context, it would be hard to tell.
Yeah. Either way, though, I mean, we still get the point. It's funny.
I think the whole aspect of it was just the cuteness of the naivete there.
Yeah.
That was what was really,
Yeah.
that was what was really. So, anyways, the next feature we'll look at here is Danny Dingle by Bernard Dibble. Worthy brothers of Imbroglio, Lodge number 9, Stalwart Order, Fraternal Sea Elephants of the World. What?
And they're making fun of like Masons and Elks, Benevolent Order of Elks, and just, they're just being goofy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did that on the Flintstones too. Remember the water buffalo?
Yes. Yeah. It's just an excuse for guys to hang out and drink and bowl.
Yeah. We face a crisis, a challenge. Shall we evade the issue, dilly-dally, pussyfoot, or shall we arise like true warriors of the right? True men, true knights, true sea elephants. Man, we need some of that today. We need some of that today to deal with some of these SJWs. Wouldn't you say so, Batgoat?
Well, not if they're calling themselves sea elephants.
I don't know. I think a sea elephant sitting on an SJW might actually be quite funny.
They are big, mean animals. You don't want to get close to them. That's true.
Yeah. Or having a sea elephant do a stink face to an SJW. You know what a stink face is, right?
With the sea elephants, when they go and they spit.
Well, yeah, that's one way of putting it, but I was thinking more along the lines. Well, Woody, maybe some of the other guys who watched the WWE back in the late 90s, early 2000s probably know more like what I would talk about. What Rikishi used to do when he'd have an opponent basically like caught up in the bottom turnbuckle, and Rikishi was a pretty big guy. He was a big Samoan guy with a big butt.
Oh.
And he did a move that people called the stink face.
I get it. Yeah, you don't have to explain anymore. Okay, yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah. Anyways, so back to this. I say, we shall meet this issue. We shall fight. Aye, and we shall win. Victory shall be ours. And by whose authority do I speak?
Good night, 80. She just peaced out, Mike. So,
all right, peace out, 80. By the authority vested in thee as your supreme, high, most powerful, and most
puissant.
Puissant.
Yeah.
Puissant. All glorious, grand, and omnipotent, exalted sea elephant.
He takes his title very serious.
In all the regal majesty and dignity of my high office.
Puissant, mighty, strong, vigorous, forcible. It's a French word.
There, I guess the speech ought to put some pep in the meeting tonight. Dillberry Dingle, come here. and see that you don't budge out of this house until you get them all finished too. Okay.
He's not such a tough guy when the wife yells at him, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's a joke that he was making such a big tough guy speech, like what he was going to say at the Seattle events, and then the wife comes in and he's like, "Yes, dear."
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those ironic twist kind of things.
Yeah.
Dub dabs.
Ooh, dabs.
Dub dabs.
Dabs. He
Wake up! What? Late again? Cuss it out. No double drat it. And double drat it. Look. Hey, I say vehicle. Ah! I'm not even fully dressed. No! Hey, trolley! Ew. Oh boy, I think the guy's got a bit of a problem there, don't you, Batgoat?
He's trying to catch a ride.
Yeah, but that's not the problem I'm speaking of.
Well, yeah. How he's
very
dressed?
Close at him.
How he's dressed is
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cat of a convenience. The factory employee entrance. At last! Just made it. Wait, what? What's the point of going to work if he's just gonna go to sleep, huh?
That's what Homer does. Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering that, Dave, because he had wings on his back.
There's some more, of course. Ticklers, which I think were just jokes. Real baseball, which I think was like and I think that game or some form of it might actually be around. I think that's one of those like board type games.
Yeah,
real baseball right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you probably know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I would think there'd be like a little ball, and you'd probably like have a spring-loaded bat and try to like shoot it out.
Something like that. Point prints. New 1937 catalog of Lionel trains and accessories. And those were popular back then too, right? The model train.
And they've held their value because there were so many people kept them in good condition, but people to this day still love playing with model trains. So like all the old Lionel trains and stuff are like, they're valuable.
Well, I remember on, back in the 80s, Silver Spoons, right? Which starred Ricky Schroeder and Edward Strand and Aaron Gray there. They had it wasn't a model train. It was like kind of a mini train that they kind of ran in through their living room there.
I remember that on Silver Spoons. Yeah, that was cool.
Richie Rich again. What we saw earlier. Actually, no, it wasn't the same one, I think. Oh, actually, yes, it was. Now that I remember. Bill Fumble. I already read Richie Rich. So.
Do you want to read real quick what they're talking about here? Toys and...
All right. Ha, ha, ha. He's thick. No! Laugh out loud. The Rikishi bomb. When he would actually sit there and go up to the second rope and then squash the guy. Is that a cherub? Okay, Mark. After 3 hours of work, we got the tail section repaired on my Serpentera from MMPR.
What's MMPR? He was talking about one of his toys that he fixed, so I'm just wondering what MMPR is toys.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably have to wait.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Okay, Mighty Morphin. Yeah. Okay. Holds up 1940s joke. 1940s jokes. Mike, please, if possible, read ancient jokes. Read ancient joke. I don't know.
What
I don't know.
ancient jokes? How many Romans does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They're all off invading Greece. I don't know.
I don't really get what he's getting at there, but
I don't either. But
maybe he saw something that I didn't. But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is just Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. All right. Well, anyways, I'm getting to the. Wow, we're already at an hour and a half here, so I might have to try to hurry along here a little bit. Loopy.dope. Loopy.dope. Let's see what this one's all about. Loopy.dope. Oh, well, you know what I just realized, Batgoat?
sorry, I had a violent sneeze.
Maybe Dave was talking about the ticklers. If you wanted me to read some of those, but
The ticklers.
remember a couple pages back.
Oh.
Anything. Get down to here. Oh. Oh, there it is. Like over here, I think is what he was talking.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, let's see what this is. Good eye.
Is Jim very self-conscious? Is he say they call him the Fuller Blush Man?
Fuller brush man, Fuller paint brushes, so that you would have the Fuller brush man as
Yeah,
for Fuller
but
brush.
in this case, it's typed out as blush, not brush.
So that's the joke. It's like, is he self-conscious? Well, yeah, he blushes. He blushes a lot because every time you talk to him, he gets embarrassed. So he's the Fuller blush man instead of Fuller brush.
Visitor. Your little son has his mother's eyes. Mother. Yes, and his father's mouth. Junior. Yes, and his big brother's trousers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was kind of interesting for the time period.
That's a good one because they all got hand-me-downs.
Right.
Yeah.
Lady to pilot. Look at that. Look at that aeroplane. Isn't it wonderful? Man can actually fly like a bird. Pilot. Yes, ma'am. But man cannot sit on a barbed wire fence yet.
Good point.
Yeah, I mean,
we can't rest on telephone wires either.
Yeah. Let's see. Bill, I almost sold these shoes. Will, you did? Bill, yep, I said them. Yes, I had them half sold.
Because they used to re-sole shoes back in the old days. They would put new soles back on them, right?
Yep.
So had them half sold, like he got one of them done and sold.
Yeah, I kind of get it because I used to do that when I used to wear steel-toed boots at one point.
Okay.
And so the heel would often wear out before the rest of the shoe, so I would actually have to have them re-heel it, a lot of times. So yeah. I gotta get that. Sam, so you worked yourself up from the bottom. Mo, yes, I started as a boot black, and now I'm a barber. Okay, I guess a boot black
is a shoe shiner, like shoe shine boy, right?
And then a barber is somebody who does. So I guess he started at the bottom of a person, and now is at the top of a person. If you think about it.
Yeah. Okay. That's fun. That's clever. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Visitor entering a concert asked the usher, What are they playing tonight?" Usher, "Beethoven's Ninth Symphony." Visitor, "Say, that's too bad. I missed the other 8." No, not quite. Uh, our child has a lot of willpower. Yes, and even more won't power. Yeah, children often do.
Yes.
Right back. I mean, you raised kids, so you know the parents in the room here probably know exactly what that means, right?
Yeah, people say like terrible twos or whatever. It's just once they learn how to talk, they give you attitude. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Well, I hope your grandson doesn't give you attitude.
Not me. He will his mom eventually.
Let's see, driver. Too bad we got a flat. Friend. Well, you should have been more careful. The farmer back there told you there was a fork in the road.
Nah.
Kind of a double entendre there.
Yeah. I don't know what a fork in the road is, but he literally ran over a fork that was planted in the ground and popped his tire.
Yeah. Shopper. Can I get bean coffee on this floor? Clerk. No, madam. You will get that upstairs. This is the ground floor. Okay. I guess meaning that's where you get ground coffee, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Let's see. Friend. Gazing at plane in the air. Aren't you worried when you use your husband hoping... Oh, wait. Okay. No, getting up. Aren't you worried when you see your husband looping the loop? Aviator's wife. Oh, no. I take all the loose change from his pockets before he goes up.
That's funny. That's a good one.
We're kind of a little bit clever, a little interesting playing with.
Dave liked it, Mike. I thought it was a great section, and Dave liked it too. He just thanked you for reading it.
No problem. So that was what he was talking. That was what you were talking about, the ticklers, Dave.
I think it exactly was. Yeah, that's what he wanted, and that was a great section. I loved it.
I'll have to read more of those in the future then.
Yeah, if we come across them, that'd be great.
Well, we probably will in these titles, in the United Features titles. Oh, let's see. Rich slow. Let's over here to Loopy.
You're at 138.
All right. So then, well, if that's the case, and what we'll just kind of flash through the rest of it here, then just to kind of look at like what's also out there. Then I probably won't. Because you said I'm at 138. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
139 now. So, all right, we'll just kind of flash through just so everybody can kind of see the artwork, stuff like that, and just. Sheesh. Somebody just lit off something outside. You guys might have heard it over the speaker there.
I did.
I have my window open. You know, as you guys know, it's sunny Southern California here in summertime. So
yeah, I was just wondering if the Bloods and the Crips are running around. I always give you grief about that, and you're like, no, I don't live near there.
Yeah, I don't live near there.
No, you don't. I know where you live, and I'm messing with you.
Colonel Wowzer. That'd be an interesting thing to read. Loopy.dope.
We got the fireworks going off here too.
Huh?
The fireworks, because I live in Minnesota. They're illegal here. Like you only get like flowers or the sparklers or whatever. But you drive. I mean, for me, I can drive 45 minutes into Wisconsin, and the very first exit in Wisconsin is the big buy your big blow up dynamite fireworks here. So we get like.
Oh, look at this! Yeah, we have even more tip top ticklers right here. Get another page of them.
Yeah, look at that.
Yes, Jack and I are. Yes, Jack and I are partners, but we don't sell the same goods. That's funny. And Explain yourself. Well, Jack goes around selling stove polish and leaves a stain on the fingers. Then I come along with the only soap that will remove.
Brilliant. Those dudes are thinking.
That's a hell of a way of making some money, isn't it?
That's smart.
Missionary. Do you folks here know anything about religion? Cannibal Chief. Well, we had a little taste of it the time the last missionary was here.
Ooh. Ooh. That's bad.
Daughter.
That's bad. That's good, but bad.
Daughter. Did you ever hear anything so wonderful? She exclaimed as the radio. Ground out the last notes of a latest swing number. Father, I once heard a collision between a truckload of empty milk cans and a freight car filled with live ducks.
You know what's funny about that? The latest swing dance number. So, okay, 1937. So swing was just starting to, like, what had been popular in the early 30s to mid 30s would have been jazz was starting to get more popular. Now there's radio play. So swing was becoming really popular. And by 1939, 1940, we know of like Glenn Miller, Gentleman Glenn, in the mood.
The hit parade stuff.
Yeah, so think of that like it was happening, coming down the pike about 2 to 3 more years later. So it was just brand new then. And they're saying like, it's like that rock and roll music, the latest swing number. Yeah, it sounds like a train crash or, like it was like those kids and their darn swing music. It's just, I'm just pointing that out that it's really funny. It's a generational thing.
Yeah. And of course, on the same page, we got another little set with our little friend Benny here.
Hey, May May. May May just popped in.
Hey, May May. Hey, May May. All right. Made it into. Well, you're gonna catch the end of it at least. 2 unorthodox. Dave Moore. And Bonnie Pirate. That's who 80 claims to be. Laugh out loud. Hello, May May. Let's see. And then May May saying hey to everybody. Hey, ATC. Dave, 80, Mike, Batgoat, Leto. Hi, May May. And I know I didn't say this much tonight, but I do always appreciate all the likes and shares you guys can, see if we can get some more people in here, get the algorithm up and all that. So I do appreciate those as well. So anyways, let's get back to this. And here's Bronco Bill. It's probably a Western one. Peter Pat. Left. With Percy Penguin right there. Kind of breezing through the rest of them here. We can, Billy Make Believe, which would have probably been another interesting one to read if you had the time. How to Make It. Skate Stuff. Sonia Henny. Kit Klein.
Some people say like without her, figure skating would not have become as popular as it is now as an Olympic sport.
Sonia Henny.
Yeah, she was the big thing. Like she was the first one that started, not the first one, but she got really popular figure skating, and they used to like draw figure eights on the ice and stuff like that. That's why it's called figure skating. Yeah. It was way different back then.
Figure eight. That's double 4. Figure 4. It's half of 8.
Is that Schoolhouse Rock?
Yep, you got it. It's the circle that goes round upon itself. So it says here Sonia Hennie of Norway, world's figure skating champion, who won the Olympic titles in 1928, 32, and 36.
And she was considered quite the stunning looker back then, as I recall.
There's a picture of her right there. So again, a comic character may not do a lot of these people justice, but I can't even read that. But as we said, we're trying to get through. Be a cartoonist. Join the sensational new Tip Top Cartoon Club. Another one of these promotions they would often do, as we've talked about before, trying to get kids more involved here. You know, send them, an envelope or what have you, and get like some kind of kit back. But for whatever, in this case, a cartooning kit, maybe some drawing pencils, some sketchbooks, all that. Among the best submitted by our own Tip Top cartoonist. Look through them, and I know we're pretty close to an hour 45 Batgoat if we're not past it yet. And I believe that's it then. So there we go. Alrighty then. So that's it for that. You there, Batgoat, right? I can see you, but I can't hear you. Must have been Mr. Freeze got him with a freeze gun. Yeah, big BG Fro. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too there, ATC. Come say hello. Let's see now. What's going on here? Wow, he froze. Try to go up. Batgoat. All right, we did see that he just okay. Hopefully he'll be right back in here. I screenshotted that. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't see him back in yet. I am crazy. Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What in the world happened?
I can't hear you. Are you muted?
I'm not muted.
I'm reading your lips. I can't hear you. If you can hear me, my earbuds are on. Wait, there we go. How about now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. It took a second for my stuff to sync up. Okay. Yeah, you were really choppy, and then you said you couldn't hear me, and I thought it was my stuff and stuff. My equipment is just, I think your stream froze. So, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody else was noticing it too. In fact, Dave said he screenshotted it apparently.
Was I frozen on there?
Yeah, you were frozen. I was like,
oh, great. What? So now Toys is going to make some animation.
Yeah, he just did.
He's going to make.
Read that right there.
Yeah, like I said, he's stuck in a time loop, smelling his own fires. He said, I screenshotted that. That's what Toys is going to put my frozen face on something and make it look funny.
Yeah,
I know, Toys.
We hear both of you out here in the peanut gallery.
I think that's what it was freezing up. So the stream, like we couldn't see each other, and that's probably what happened with the stream kind of hiccuping there. So it's all good.
I hear.
I got my buds in. Look at my hair. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Ew.
Batgoat used to be Batgoat. Oh boy.
Oh, who just saw that?
80.
Congratulations for noticing that. I've had it on the whole show, and you were the first one to notice. Good job, Abe.
Yeah. Bats, I'm posting your face on Minds and asking for subtitles. That's from Dave right there. All righty then. Well,
please don't do that. I know we're laughing, but I'd rather not.
Yeah. And of course, I'm getting a little thing up here telling me that the connection's unstable, and now it's fairly good.
Freezing probably up again.
But StreamYards will do that every now. I'm freezing up.
It's choppy.
How about now?
Yeah, it's still choppy.
It is being a little bit of a pain, isn't it? It
seems better now.
How about now?
Yeah, okay. Seems all right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little thing up there telling me that the signal's going unstable, then fairly good, and then back to normal. So usually does that now and again. But your frozen aided face had quite a sneer on it back up from Woody. All right. Well, anyways, all right. Well, we're at an hour 52, so we're gonna start to wrap up here. So is everybody ready for this day in Niche history? And Batgoat, if you don't mind sticking around for a few minutes for post game.
Yeah, and we got a trophy tonight too.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So we're probably gonna obviously go a little over, probably, but that's okay. Let's see. Okay, maybe they're burning down many internet infrastructure. Oh boy,
they could be. Who knows? But it's on Mike's end, not my end. I'm just joining his stream.
Yeah. Deleted the image for good measure. All right, so I guess he deleted that for you back up. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anyone wants a picture of them like doing like that or something on that you would be on your ID photos to be thrown all over the internet. But then again, can't control what people do.
So today is Friday, June the 25th, 2021. So as I said, we're going to start to wrap up here a little bit. So no further ado, just getting some last things in here. All right. So without no further ado, then we're gonna take a look back at this day in each history. Today being Friday, June 25th, 2021. Let's go ahead and take a look back at this day in each history. We're going to wrap up here. And our first stop is going to be actually 25 years ago today. As 25 years ago today, but actually this is going to be an interesting one because so the OVA, Shamanic Princess, premiered on this date 25 years ago today, 1996. It ran for 6 episodes and finished or ended its run exactly 2 years later, 23 years ago in 1988. So, Shamanic Princess ran from June 25th, 1996 to June 25th, 1998, 25 and 23 years ago, respectively. So that was kind of interesting. So there you go with that. Batgoat just does 3 Dog Night. All right.
I was talking to 80 because she said Road to Shambhala is a great song. It is a great song. And like, I have that on my Pandora. Does 3 Dog Night sing that? I have a really wild mix on my Pandora list.
Okay. So our next one then will be, we had 1 year after the premiere of the first thing there. On this date in 1997, which was 24 years ago today, the Volume 3, the 130th issue of Volume 3 of Silver Surfer went on sale from Marvel Comics on this date in 1997, 24 years ago today. For $1.99, it was 32 pages. The story was called End of a World. So on this date, 24 years ago today, the 130th issue of Volume 3 of Silver Surfer went on sale on this date in 1987. Oops. I don't know why I did that. That wasn't what I was intending to do. Even I'm getting a little worn out here. Anyways, so now getting back to this as we go ahead to the next. And on this date in 2001, which was 20 years ago today, the last regular episode of Daria aired on this date in 2001. Was a spinoff of Beavis. Huh?
I used to love Daria.
Yeah, it was a very interesting animated series from MTV. It was a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead about the sardonic teenager named Daria Morgendorffer, and now today, I think if Daria was tried to be done that way today, SJWs would be all over MTV faster than you can say Mississippi.
I know, and she like technically is kind of an SJW herself, if you think about it. A bit more libertarian type girl, little punk rocker girl. So like, you know what I mean? They're just weird people who like to complain for no reason. We all know that though.
Well, and you remember the opening theme to her show too, right? You're standing on my neck.
You're standing on my neck. That's how that. I used to watch that with my daughter, so she should have been about 8 or 9 years old, and we used to sing that. She liked that beginning. You're standing on my neck. And
then Leto here saying Daria was awesome.
Daria was awesome.
Formative for me, according to Dave. Her Direction Toys. Let's see. I was about 16 when I really watched it. Yeah, I mean, I was watching it too for a while. I mean, but she hated logical things. Well, and you remember the reality show they had back then, or on her in her universe, Sick Sad World.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Probably trying to make fun of the real world, since it was an MTV cartoon, anyways.
I don't know if it was making fun of the real world, but there was a show that you would see Daria watch often called Sick Sad World, which just talked about how, which basically just highlighted how pathetic people in her world were, I guess. So interesting little VA note here too. The guy who voiced Kevin Thompson and Mr. O'Neill on there, and I believe Mr. DiMartino as well, Mark Thompson, he'd actually go on to voice several roles for 4Kids and NYAV Post. Many of you would have known him probably as Duke Devlin from Yu-Gi-Oh, for example. But but yeah, this is one of his, I think, those are some of his earliest roles, his roles on Daria, Mark Thompson.
See what Dave just said, the very last comment there?
Sick Sad World was like MTV News. Okay.
Cool, Dave. I remember MTV News always had the globe spinning, so they probably did a takeoff of that.
All right, so we have one last piece of niche news before we head out for the night. Or niche history.
Mysteries. It's been a while. That's funny, dude.
On this date in 2006, from the Charlotte Bobcats Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina, the WWE held its Vengeance pay-per-view. On the card, saw in the main event of the evening saw the tag team of D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, defeat the Spirit Squad, Kenny, Johnny, Midge, Nikki, Mikey, in a 5-on-2 handicap match. I don't know if any of you were watching WWE at the time remember those guys, but actually some of those guys went on. See, Johnny, I believe that's the guy who became John Morrison. Nikki was Nick Nemeth, who went on to become Dolph Ziggler. So, just as a little tidbit there. And then in other matches on the night included, actually, no. I thought Johnny was Johnny Morrison, but actually Johnny Nitro was John Morrison, I believe, now that I think about it.
Best Johnny ever was Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah.
You can have your wrestling. Johnny Dangerously was the man.
Yeah. Let's see. Earlier in the night, Johnny Nitro, with Melina in his corner, defeated Shelton Benjamin Carlito to capture the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Rob Van Dam retained the WWE Championship over Edge. You also saw John Cena defeat Sabu via submission in Extreme Rules Lumberjack match, among other things. Ric Flair defeated Mick Foley in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Randy Orton beat Kurt Angle. So those are some of the more big name matches. So that's all that happened on this day on June 20th. I thank you guys for being here tonight. We have gone just past the hour mark, and we got up to 7 people watching. Now, if we can get 7 people watching at the beginning, that would be cool too. But I do appreciate everybody being here and coming in. And as always, guys, if you want to go back and watch this again, you're more than welcome to. I keep these up, But anyways,
so I've got a bone to pick with 80.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. Batgoat, I think you had some announcements before we.
My trophy, real quick, but first, 80, I got a bone to pick with you because you keep saying, "Damn, it feels good to be a gangster." I'm gonna have to watch Office Space now. I love that song. I love that part of the movie, and most of you know what I'm talking about. The trophy tonight, great competition. Dave came in and started slaughtering. Toys, he comes in late, half hour, 40 minutes later, and says, "Oh yeah, hold my dad joke book," and he took it all with 16. Dave, you have 10. It was a great fight. Leto, 80, Woody, all scoring. That's amazing. So, Toys, I have a temporary trophy for you with my new stamps. You see that? Did I hold it up long enough?
Yeah, well, I think he did because he just went laugh out loud.
And then I also made, for Dave, you don't have anything yet, so even though the other ones are stickers, that's for Dave. You got animal stamps. 80, remember I made one for you too a long time ago. And then, is anyone going on vacation soon at all? Is anyone traveling sometime soon? Because you get this. Bon voyage. So, Toys, next week, I told you I do have the trinketry stuff to put on the swatch. So you are getting your championship swatch next week. And I think that should be it for me.
All right. I'm sorry that I almost missed letting you do your thing there.
That's okay. That's okay.
But anyways, guys, well, I thank everybody for being here tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and I'll see you all back here on Monday. Bye.